Little 2 to 3 year old male Eclectus parrot. The males are this beautiful green, and the females are red and blue. Very, very different. Anyway, Eki has been brought here from a long way away because he's got a behavioural problem that we're going to discuss. So I've already established that his behaviour is Randy Bird syndrome, as I call it, consistent with Randy Bird syndrome. So I'll pass the camera over to Amy and she can record me. Okay, hello beautiful, hello beautiful, hi. Okay, tell me the story about this little birdie.
Each evening around about, because he goes to bed at 8:30.
Yes, yes.
So for about an hour before he comes and has cuddles.
Yes.
And he sort of rubs all around my partner's neck and shoulders, and then he actually is regurgitating his food.
Right, okay. Alrighty, so he's rubbing his backside.
Yeah.
Everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So he's going through mating behaviour.
Yes.
With your boyfriend.
Yes.
Right, okay. And at what age did you get him?
He was only about 20 weeks.
Right, okay, yes, okay. And what's he fed?
He eats fresh fruit and vegetables and nuts and some cooked meats and seafood, and his Eclectus pellets.
Yes, yes.
He eats very well.
Right, fine, okay. And what tests has he had? Has he had any health tests before?
He's been to the vet twice before,
yes.
just for general check up
Yep.
and to get his
Yep.
wings clipped.
Right, okay. Alrighty. When did he start doing this rubbing and Randy Bird syndrome?
When his hormones kicked in about 4 months ago.
That'd be right.
Yep.
That'd be right. That'd be fine. Right, okay. Alrighty. This is a very common problem with hand-raised parrots. It is an issue to us more than it is to them at this point in time. Sort of social issue perhaps. It's not usually something that is going to affect his health adversely as a male bird in the short term.
Okay, because when he regurgitates, he's then eating it up again.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that it is there that if he's eating food that has been left lying around that he's regurgitated some hours ago that's starting to go mouldy, that he'll start becoming more susceptible to thrush or yeast infections and sometimes to bacterial infections. So that is one of the hazards. So if he's just eating it up straight away, well then it's not a great problem provided he's regurgitated onto a clean surface. However, if the surface where he regurgitates is not kept clean, well then again it'll become contaminated and you'll run into hygiene problems. Now in terms of his behaviour, if you study any of my books, my book Caring for Birds with Love, which is available from my website drrossperry.com.au, you'll see I've got 3 or 4 pages on Randy Bird syndrome.
Okay.
And the different manifestations of it. And then I also address what you can do about it. And basically my preferred option is to rebond the birdie with a mate of his own kind and opposite sex.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is the way that things happen in nature, and I use nature as my guide. However, yep.
He's doing it now.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing this purposely
Right.
so that we can get something on film. So this is just it's relatively unusual for a male to be bonding with a male, but just as in us, we get the variations of the theme, and that seems to be the natural process. But I think, given the opportunity, he would probably adjust to a female Eclectus.
Now, I've heard that if you're going to mate them in captivity, you're best to have 2 males and 1 female, because the girls can be dominant.
The girls are usually dominant. Just keep that horizontal if you can. That's fine. Thank you. You're doing great. The females are quite a different personality. They're far more challenging. Eckies are challenging. They're not a novice bird, or they're not a simple bird to look after. They're what I call high upkeep.
Oh yeah, he's high
Right.
maintenance as it is.
So Eckies are absolutely beautiful, beautiful birdies. Yeah, I'm watching. Yeah, I want my ears. I do. I'm a little bit weary.
Move along.
Yeah. Okay. That's all fine. So the female Eckies, as you probably know, have a personality that is predictably unpredictable.
Yeah.
Right? That's the way I describe them, and even more so in the breeding season. So, you can, I would describe them as almost spiteful at times, unpredictably spiteful. So that they have periods. What you doing down there? What you doing down there? Oh yes, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Yeah, I know. You can come over here. Here you are. What you doing? You're not getting to my ears, that's all. That's all.
Good boy.
That's a good boy. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Yes, you're the star of the show. You're the star of the show. Okay, so my advice is that you... Yes, you're beautiful. My advice is that you start planning a mate for him, but you just don't throw them together. I am not familiar with this concept of having 2 males to 1 female. That may be right, but it's not my experience, and the great majority of Eckies that I've seen, it's been 1 to 1. However, the matchmaking process is very important. You just don't throw them together, and it will take patience, and I presume you'll be wanting to get a young female that you hand tame and that's hand raised, and it's had its health checks and it's been through its quarantine and so forth before you even start putting them together.
Yep.
Right? So what you're doing, if you start making moves now to getting him a mate, it may be 1 to 2 years before they're bonded.
Right.
Right? So it's a game of patience, but then you're going to have them for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So that is my advice to you in a nutshell.